Hello, hello. We are back again. We are late this week because my son did not want to go to sleep again. He decided he wanted to stay up. And that made me very sleepy because I was tired, which is why we had some nice, relaxing music on, which has made me more tired. And I'm all but ready to go to sleep myself. So this will probably be a short show for once. It will probably be a short show. He says that now, and I'm going to be here in like 2 hours still trying to explain something. But we're going to try and stick to 1 hour this time because I'm very tired. So, first things first, you may notice this wonderful pink shirt I've got on. It's the new Legacy tee. You can look at that. Buy it down below, $27 US. We ship to Europe now. Mine arrived this afternoon, so lucky me. I like the pink color myself, but I believe there's black, white, and gray as well. I'm going to be rocking this every day at events. I'm going to wash it every day in my hotel room because I fucking love this color. I think it suits me a lot. It's very nice in the summer. It makes my tan look nice. So make sure you get on the Legacy tee, and I guess join the. I always get the thing wrong. Join the Discord. Look at that. Join the Discord. If you like the show, if you like to hear all the ramblings and shit I have to say every week, then I feel bad for you. But if you like it, join the Discord. I'm in there all the time. I'm always talking basically the same kind of things I say on this show. I answer any questions you have. Join the Discord. It's a cool, fun place to be. And you don't knock it till you've tried it, is what I would say. So, with that said, let's jump in with the show. I'm going to be honest, haven't got much prepared for this week because I have been a bit busy trying to, half have a holiday, half keep things ticking over with the team. Obviously, we got knocked out of the major quite early, so we've all gone on to break a few weeks early. We are coming back from our break in in a little over a week now, coming back in the start of July. So, not much time to take off any time and get things done. So, I've been sort of half working, half taking vacation, half getting stuff done. It's been a busy few weeks. Let's say I'm almost more busy now trying to do two things at once, like trying to do the job and take time off, which is kind of the reverse of what should be happening, but it is what it is. Got to make sure that things keep progressing so that we're ready for next season, as well as try and take a bit of a break as well. It's kind of tough because obviously the players get a break, but a lot of things still keep going in between the seasons. So it's trying to keep things going. So this show has been a slightly lower priority, I'll be honest, and that is what it is. So where are we at this week? Obviously the major has now finished. Congratulations to Vitality. I guess nobody saw that one coming. That was a big shock to everyone. Vitality win the major. Everything just moves on. Nothing really changes there, I don't think. The bracket was the bracket. They had a very, very tough quarterfinal, semifinal, which should not be understated. I think the final could have been more competitive, but at the end of the day, Vitality have beaten everyone this season, regardless of when they played. So it is what it is. And yeah, move on to next season. Hopefully somebody can bring them down next season. We are entering roster mania, I guess you could say. I think things have been rumbling in the background for longer than people maybe realize. So I think a lot of things are just starting to come to fruition now that has sort of been, you know, ticking along in the background for a few weeks, let's say. So hopefully everyone will get to see all that happen quite soon. I don't remember. I don't remember what the roster locks are for some of these events. I think Fisher said it unofficially. Their roster lock is next week, Monday, the 30th. But I think a lot of the big teams are skipping out on Fisher, so that won't matter as much. I'm just gonna check what the Cologne roster lock is because I'm curious. Let's see. Is there a roster lock for Cologne? There should be one. I don't think they've communicated it in the emails to us, but yeah, we've confirmed our participation. There's a visa confirmation deadline on the 2nd of July, which is next week. But there's no specific roster lock, so I don't know what the roster lock is for Cologne. There will be one, or maybe not. Maybe they're removing roster locks. I mean, roster locks are, to some degree, they are, a TO's personal preference on how they want to operate. They're not really something that's required. So I guess we'll see what they do for that. But yeah, I think a lot of teams will be making a lot of changes. I think teams have realized that they're not going to beat Vitality, sticking as they are. I think the only teams in the top are like Maus and the Mongols. I think they're the only two that won't like actively look to make changes. But I think like everyone from like Spirit, Aurora, Navi, I think Falcons already did. FaZe need to sign someone. Furia might stick. I don't know. G2 obviously need to sign an AWP, and they are supposedly replacing Snacks. Pain will probably stick because they just made changes quite recently. VP just benched Flammer, so they've made a change. Astralis signed Hooksy, so they've made a change. Gamer Legion need an AWP. 3D Max need a coach. Legacy will probably stick. Liquid, I think, will change something, but I don't know what they'll do. Liquid obviously been affected by the regional the regional assignment change, so they need to decide if they want to go like all in on Europe or if they want to try and stay North America. Heroic need 2 players, so yeah, MIBR need 1 player, and then it's Linvision at 20, B8 at 21. They both might stay as they are, so that's like 15 or 16 of the top 20 have already either made changes or are probably going to make a change, which is quite significant. So I think there's going to be a lot of sort of roster changes coming in the next few weeks. So yeah, you guys are not going to be short. Okay, Perfecto joins Virtus Pro as of 10 minutes ago. Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense for them when they've got a Russian guy who's free and has the tenure and experience that guy has. He obviously also played with Electronic on Navi and won a major with him. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense for them to get Perfecto. Can't really say much more about that. It just makes a lot of sense. I've heard the rumors that Flit and Fame, or Flit specifically, wants to leave VP. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, signing Perfecto for them makes a lot of sense anyway. I don't know what happened with Flamus. I feel like he was like one of the big up and coming players in the Russian, well, not just in the Russian scene, obviously he was playing internationally. And apparently they signed him to a 4-year contract. They signed Flammers to a 4-year contract. So Flammers has played 6 months. Flammers has paid 6 months on his 4-year contract. Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you're saying there. Hold on, I'll just bring this up so everyone can read it together. Can everyone see that? Yeah, you can. Cool. Yeah, our roster for the upcoming season is now complete. So that would imply for VP at least that they are not intending to make any more changes. So that Fame and Flit thing, maybe that's just a load of bullshit, a load of bogus. But yeah, VP have made their change. They've brought in Perfecto. It makes a lot of sense to bring a guy like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Flamus, because he seemed like he was a really up and coming player. Like, I remember watching him at the Shanghai Major, and I was quite like impressed by the way he handled himself. So yeah, the player joined Virtus Pro on a transfer from Game Legion and signed a 4-year contract. That guy is going to be stuck in some kind of contract jail, I think, because I heard some what I believe to be quite credible rumors on how much VP paid for him, which makes sense with a 4-year contract. He is not going to be cheap to get out of Virtus Pro, so that will be an interesting position for young Flamus to see what happens to him. But yeah, VP made their change already. There will be more. I have no doubt about that. I mean, Flamus could be a good person to go to Spirit, perhaps, if Spirit feel like they need to make a change. I personally don't think Spirit. I don't know. Like, there's not much they can really do to change things unless they sort of pull a rabbit out of a hat. Sometimes there's just not an obvious change to make in some of these teams. Like, how do you improve mouse sports without like ripping, like without spending an ungodly amount on like a player to, I mean, I don't even know who you'd replace. And Spirit are kind of the same. Like, you know, without just saying like, oh, just get Zywoo. Like, how do you improve mouse sports? Be interesting to see what happens. So yeah, I think, but I think mouse sports are in a good position myself. I think they've already got their young core of their team. Brolan is still, don't forget, Brolan is still only 4 months into IGLing. So I know people were saying like he's not doing all the mid-round calling and all the start of the round calling. That makes sense because he's still only 4 months into the job or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, I think the average age for Mouse is like nothing, right? Torsey 23, Spinks 24, Jimmy 18, Zershan 20, and Brolan's 23. So like they're still one of the youngest teams out there, and they're all fucking insane. Like, Mousebots are fine. They don't need to make changes. They just need to keep developing as a team, I think. And it's the same for the Mongols. Like, you know, Blitz is a bit older than the rest of them. Blitz is 23, and he's the old veteran. And then you've got Techno 20, Senzu 18, Mizinho 17, 910 22. So again, they're kind of in the same position, unless Mongolia has like some crazy kid that is just insane that we don't know about. But I would have assumed he would have been on Chinggis Warriors if he was. And if we'd seen that at the major, we probably would have taken notice, right? So my guess is that player doesn't exist right now. So yeah, for them, I guess it's just a question of when that player becomes available, they will take that player. But until then, sorry, I just need to put my light back on. Lost lighting again. There we go. Let's put that back up. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, that shirt. Here we go. Look, that new shirt is sick. It is sick, and you can go buy one right there. 4 different colors. That's the black in the picture. They also have gray, white, and pink, and the pink is going to be my number one choice for, I think, every single day, every single event. It's a really cool t-shirt, so head over to the store if you want to go buy yourself a Legacy tee. My favorite is the pink, as I said. Cool. Hey, I know you're not going to Frag 19, but can you tell other teams to go sign up for it? Yeah, go sign up to Frag 19, guys. As Fluffy says, we are not going because of the clash with July 17th to 20th. Is that Fisher? Fisher, right? Yeah, it clashes with Fisher for us. So I think, Floovies, I think some of the issue right now, and I know some people are trying to resolve it, and I've mentioned it to them as well, is that where are we going to say, the Star Ladder qualifier, so the qualifier for the Star Ladder event is on the same dates as Frag. And I know that is causing some teams, how do you say, not second thoughts, but like they're considering, because of that, whether they can actually go. So this is the qualifier for Star Ladder, and it takes place on the 15th to the 21st. It's a pretty big qualifier, and this is one of the only events. So this is one of the only like 3 events that teams can qualify for this season. So I know that that might be some of the reason. They already moved it for the EPL quali. I know they already moved it for the EPL quali. I don't know. I mean, the EPL quali is the week before. The EPL qualifier is on the 11th to the 13th, I think. Am I going crazy? But yeah, there's the Star Ladder qualifier, which is the 15th to the 21st. And then the Pro League qualifier, oh God, hold on. The Pro League qualifier, where's the Pro League logo? I don't remember what it looks like. Here we go. The Pro League qualifier is the 11th to the 14th. So it's 11th to the 14th is Pro League, and then the 15th to the 21st is Star Ladder. And those are the, Jesus Christ, we should get an invite for this soon. Look at that. That's a lot of teams in that qualifier. Holy crap. That's 16 invites and 4 open. So I guess the four teams get seeded here, and then the other 16 play through the stage 1. I don't know, but yeah, there's 2 qualifiers, and then there is one more qualifier after that, which is the Blast Fall Open qualifiers, and they take place during the end of Cologne. So yeah, basically there's only 2 qualifiers to play, and they both clash with well, no, I suppose only one of them clashes with Frag, and the other one clashes with Fisher directly. So one clashes with Frag and Fisher, and one clashes with just Fisher. That's unfortunate, to say the least. I just realized I can see qualifiers. Is this not curated properly? Oh, it's just a different curation. That's interesting. Like, showing these qualifiers. Interesting that it defaulted to the North America qualifier. Oh, I see, because the other qualifier is in... Wait. Star Ladder's North American qualifier is in July, and the European qualifier is in August. I wonder why that is. Yeah, Floofies, I can't read the chat, unfortunately. You might have to like DM it to me on like Twitter or Discord if you have me on Discord. I can't remember. So Frag 19 got moved for the Pro League qualifier. Frag 19 got moved for the Pro League qualifier and then put itself on top of the Star Ladder qualifier. That is unfortunate. Ozgitora on Kick. Yes, I can read your chat if you're on Kick. I can read, but I think I can read YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and What's the other one? Kick. Yeah, I can read all of them. Jason, I can read chat. Yeah. So the to answer your questions, Floofy's going back to the original thing. I know we're not going to Frag 19. Can you tell other teams to sign up for it? Yes, please. Go and sign up for Fragadelphia 19. It is taking place at St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario, which I believe is in Canada. I'm pretty sure that's in Canada. Is it in Canada? It is, right? I haven't really thought about it. Who's going already? Anyone significant? Marsborn are going. That's pretty significant. Energy are already going. BetClick, Apogee are going. Wait, hold on. You've already got like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4. What's that? That's like 28 teams. That's a bunch of teams. That's like a pretty that's a pretty sick prize pool, guys. Like this is fucking cool, man. Like if they get another 5 teams, they get 35K. Guys, like you should be signing up for this event anyway. Like you should be signing up for this event. It says 28 above, by the way. Oh, does it actually say 28? Oh yeah, look at that. Fucking hell. I told you I just woke up from having a nap, basically, right? So that's not my fault. Yeah, guys, you should go to this one. And if I remember, the larger Fragadelphias, when they go on HLTV, unless I'm going completely crazy, let's just quickly go over here. Fragadelphia 18. So these larger ones are the ones with like the numbers on them. They play out a longer format, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they do. See, so because it's double elimination playoffs, you get lots of matches on HLTV. So this is like a freaking VRS farm, guys. Like this is a VRS farm. Because you can like I don't want to suggest to anyone that they should lose any matches on purpose, because you should not lose matches on purpose. You should play to the best of your abilities in every single match. But if you did lose a match in the first round, you could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches on LAN. I'm just saying that's a lot of points. That's all I'm saying. Even if you win everything out, you win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, which is pretty significant. So yeah, it's a very high value event in terms of VRS. So if you're a North American team, you should be looking to go to this. Fuck it, if you're a European team, honestly, like this takes place before the August cutoff, right? This clear. It takes place in July, so this takes place before the August cutoff. So that means that you can play for, let's see, let's remind ourselves here. What events were on the August cutoff? Was it Fisher 2, I think? The Fisher 2? No, that's July. CAC? No, CAC was July as well, right? Yeah, July. Bucharest, Thunderpick. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so Bucharest is on the September cutoff, so that's pretty important. Being top 16, you could go to Bucharest. Thunderpick was on the 8th, so that's pretty significant, right? So the top 4 from Thunderpick are on August, and then the top another 4, 8, plus maybe 2 more wildcards. Like, if you could push yourselves up, like, this Thunderpick event the main event of Thunderpick clashes with a lot of other events. Like, this is that stupid week in October where, like, 4 events are taking place at the same time. So, like, if you can, like, yeah, it's Thunderpick, CAC, and then Rubet and Nomadic Masters. If you can get yourselves up high enough in the ranking, then you can quite easily steal an event there just by going to Fragadelphia, guys. So head over to Fragadelphia. It's pretty valuable just by itself with the prize money. Like if they get to that 35K, it's going to be pretty significant. I think 55 teams is going to be quite tough to get to. I think that's probably pushing it, but like, yeah, fuck it. If they can get there, go for it. But 33, like that's from 5 more teams, that's definitely achievable. Like a 35K LAN event where you can win, but somewhere between 5 and 7 LAN matches, like that's a VRS farm right there. just trust me, you'll get so much VRS points, especially if you're a team that hasn't played like too many LAN matches before. Like that's just crazy. So yeah, make sure you head over to Fragadelphia, guys. Got to respect the work they're doing, all the LAN events they're putting on. One of the only other consistent people in the space that are doing lots for North American Counter-Strike. A lot, obviously, also alongside Dust 2, who are doing their Inui Masters thing. People like that who are continuing to run events. Like that's what we really need, the grassroots stuff, both online and offline. So yeah, make sure you support these guys if you can. I don't think many other teams watch this show, so I don't know who I'm talking to here, but yeah, we support you guys either way. So cool. Floofies, go again. Do you think Complexity would ever pick up an academy team to go to events the main team can't go to? I mean, even just the premise of that kind of sounds pretty shitty to me. Like picking up a team to essentially just farm North American VRS and things just sounds pretty crappy to me. I don't think the gap between us and an academy team would be so significant that would make much sense, to be honest. I think you have to have a really, really significant gap between the two teams. I mean, I think even like Navi now are beginning to feel that with their academy team, who are getting quite high in the rankings, right? Navi Junior are pretty high from memory. How high are they? How high are Navi Junior? Navi Junior are 27th right now in the world rankings. And, there's going to be a point now where that team, with like a little bit of luck or whatever, like already now they're going to have to reject their Blast Bounty invite. Like that Navi Junior team is having to reject invites because they're signed to the same organization as their parent team. So, there's going to be the same kind of thing with us and an academy team where it doesn't make much sense to have it because we are still in need potentially of playing lots of these qualifiers and trying to make the best out of the ecosystem as it is. So for us to have an academy team, like I don't want to be in a position where either team feels like they're blocked or being blocked because of the other team. Like I think that was an issue with, for example, like EG. I think so. Yeah, Floofies, you mentioned it there. EG were another issue where they had two teams that basically one of them couldn't play all the time. And I think that's kind of shitty. I also just think the general premise of like leaving a team back home to just farm up all the points while you send the main team to Europe just sounds in an ecosystem where it's already hard enough to survive. To have an organization do that would just be kind of shitty, in my opinion. Wouldn't be something that I would be necessarily in favor of. I think academy teams do make a lot of sense in Europe where the ecosystem is extremely, extremely competitive and there is so many events for these teams to play. And the gap between a main team, like, a lot of these main teams are not playing any qualifiers. And because of that, they're obviously the other teams also can't play qualifiers, but they can play all the CCTs and all the betting cups and everything else, which the main team just doesn't play. So that makes a lot of sense. But I think in NA, there's just not enough of a gap, and there's just not, like, I think the scene needs to develop more before you can justify having two teams in North America. That's just how I feel, at least. And yeah, Errata 2000. 27th on the VRS with 0 lands played. Like that, I mean, how many points do they have? Hold on. Like, that team actually could fly up the rankings. Like, if Navi sent this team, to Fragadelphia, they could legitimately put themselves in, like, the top 15. Because this team at Philadelphia would fuck. Like, I mean, obviously they've never played on land, so we don't know fully how good they'll be. But like this team, if they play up to their level and you put them in Philadelphia, like they would be like pushing top 15. Like this is an insane amount of points to have with no land matches. Like same with Ecstatic. Actually, Ecstatic have land points, right? Because they played that. Yeah, they played Glitch Masters, so they actually have a lot of land matches. Yeah, wow, they have 4. That's quite a lot. Right, and is that a Lisa thing also land? Yeah, this is a Lisa thing's also okay. So they've got tons of land matches. Ignore them. So yeah, this this Navi team, yeah, give them a LAN, and you can sell like a top 20 team quite comfortably. That's actually insane how high they are for 0 LAN matches. Like all these teams down here, I'm pretty sure have LAN matches. Like a few, everywhere. Like Passion just won Glitched Masters, and they're still ranked above them. Ents have played Glitched Masters and some other events. I'm sure Big have got some LAN matches. FlyQuest definitely have LAN matches. Nemiga definitely have LAN matches. Like OG have LAN matches. NRG have LAN matches. BetBoom have LAN matches. Like this is actually quite kind of insane how high they've gone. Like when you think that Nip had to go to what? Nip made top four of PGL Bucharest Astana. Is that my crazy? Top 4 of PGL Astana, and no, they made top 8 of PGL Astana. So they still won 3 matches there, and they played Glitch Masters, and they're still right behind them. Yeah, land points go brrr, as Mischief says. Yeah. Oh, Dust. Hello, Dust. Watching on YouTube, my favorite. Thank you. Someone who has respect for being able to rewind their streams immediately. Any updates on the coach? I only said cunt. I just said cunt now. Any updates on the coach hunt for Cole? None that aren't. Hopefully, we'll have them signed within the next week and a half, next 2 weeks. That is the goal, to have them in place before we meet up in Europe. And right now, that is looking to be either the 7th or 8th of July. So hopefully we'll have the coach in place within the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Best I can give you for now. Oh, and as Katie just says, we've just announced the community night on Twitter. Let's head over to Twitter. Where are we? Here we go. Look at this. Boom. This is important, guys. This is the last one of the last one for a while, because we're going to be in Europe for a little bit after this. Game night. Play with Nick and Danny. Double points on our Faceit hub or team or clan. I can't remember what we call it these days. Community. Let's call it the Faceit community. You can head over to the Faceit community by clicking this. Whoa, look at that. Woo, boom, that QR code. That's a North American only for this one, I'm afraid, my European friends. We have a community over there, and you can join our pro players for, I think, 4 hours. I think we usually sit them down for, and they'll load up some pugs, and you guys can join their pugs and play with them for 4 hours. And earn double points, and we have prizes. What are the prizes? Let's keep following the tabs and see what the prizes are for this month, because I guess this would be going through on. Yeah, here we go. So first prize is a gaming monitor. It looks like a Lenovo Legion gaming monitor and a $50 Complexity gift shop card. $250 cash and a $50 Complexity gift shop card for second place, and $100 cash and $50 Complexity shop gift card. What you can buy, oh guys, look at this, I'm going to bring this back around. Some of these people don't look very North American, guys. Not going to lie. Got some interesting North Americans over here. Venezuelans. Lots of Venezuelans. The Danish one is an interesting one, and the Swiss guy, and the AW. What's AW country code? Aruba. Okay, that actually is North American, right? No, Aruba's South American. It's one of the Caribbean islands, but it's technically South American. The more you know. The more you know. Anyway, you can join us. What will happen is they'll create a lobby in the clan, and you guys can join and play with them for 4 hours. It's always fun. So head over to the Face It Club to join that already now, so you don't miss out later on. And reminder that if you get a $50 complexity gift shop card, you can almost buy 2 legacy tees, or two legacy tees in 2 different colors. Look at that. You can buy pink, black, gray, or white, or guys, you can just buy yourself a 2025 Pro jersey. Look at that. It's crazy the things you can do with money or vouchers that have monetary value on a certain store. Cool. What are the VRS points like if they sell the majority of the lineup but keep 1 or 2 players? So I'm guessing this is in relation to Navi Junior. So if Navi Junior sell 3 of the players and those 3 players keep playing together, I'm pretty sure they haven't made any roster changes recently, right? So yeah, they haven't made any roster changes for a year. So if they sold 3 players to one organization and that organization kept all 3 players, then they would keep all the points. And they could replace the other 2 players without losing any points at all. So yeah, technically there's a lot of value in just buying 3 of Navi Junior's players if you wanted to. And you could pick which 3, it wouldn't matter. All 3 of them are equally, all 5 of them equally hold their points. So yeah. Go crazy if you want to. The best I can give you. Cool. Lots of Venezuelans play NA Face It, since they ping better to Dallas than South American servers. Clearly you don't play NA Face It. So I only play NA Face It when I'm in NA. The last time I played NA Face It was possibly, I suppose it would have been Dallas last year. Dallas last year was the last time I played NA Face It. And then before that, I played NA Face It. I played NA Face It in January, around about the time that we played the RMR qualifier, all from the office. And I distinctly remember that I played a match against 60, and I beat him on Vertigo. So I'm trying to find the game now, because it was a funny one. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Or maybe it wasn't. Here we go. I've got it here. Look at this. Here we go. I've got the match. Danny had a great game. Listen. All I'm going to say is my team won. We ignore Dumal. Okay, Dumal was on it that day. Dumal was on it that day. In my pugs against 60, I am winning 1-0. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know about this. Actually, this was from Dallas last year, I think. This was actually from Dallas. Yeah, it was. All we need to know is that when I play pugs in North America against 60, I win. Doesn't matter that he was the number 1 and I was the bottom fragger of our team. I just want to say I was playing the Bianca on Vertigo, which is really fun. When you've got a guy like Dumal just rotating in from mid every time you say, guys, we're getting flashed, they're executing B, and Dumal just runs in with an AK and just guys going pop, 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 and everyone just dies. Which is essentially what happened every single time they executed B. So, yeah, 5 triple kills. So basically my job was to try and stay alive. But I do want to say that I'm pretty sure in the head-to-head between me and 60, I'm pretty sure I owned him. So maybe it's on my leaderfy, actually. That's a good point. Let's see if we can find it. Maybe it'll show us the true statistics of this match. Let me see when this game was actually played. Hold on. So it was this game, 30th of May 2024. Maybe it's in my Leadify. Hold on. Is there a limit on how far back my Leadify can go? No. No. Is there a limit? Does it not go back far enough? Wait. Data sources, Faceit, Maps, Vertigo. It's not on there. Damn it. No statistics from that game. I'm very sure I did not download the demo. So, yeah. Oh well. We don't have it, but let it be known that Dumal carried the fuck out of that game. I owned Danny, and that's about all we need to know from that game. Yeah, and yeah, just guys, look at this. Look at this. He's late, but he's here, and he's going back to the beginning. These are the things you can do on YouTube, the superior platform over Twitch for watching streams. You can just use the little rewind button, and if you miss something, you just rewind it. Yeah. Yeah, Booski Bro, you do have to manually upload Faceit demos now. I don't know when that change. I don't know when that change came in. When did they? I remember they. Oh no, 11th of March. Okay, so yeah, I likely didn't upload that demo myself to because that was in May. Jason, I think Kick does have rewind. I just don't use it because there's nothing I watch is on Kick. I also have YouTube Premium, which just makes no ads just easier for everything. So yeah, just my personal preference. I realize I'm probably causing us all manner of sponsorship issues if we ever want to get sponsored by Kick. I'm sure Kick is a very good platform. I just don't use it. Oops. Yeah, I know we stream on Kick because we can, and it's nice to try and build a platform over there. What I'm trying to say, guys, is that I don't like Twitch. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that any other platform is bad. I'm trying to say that Twitch annoys me because it doesn't have rewind, and it hasn't had rewind, and YouTube has had rewind since its inception, and that annoys me. I don't know where we were at, guys. Yeah, Floofies, I have a check mark on Twitch too. Floofies, I guarantee my check mark is older than your check mark. If anyone wants a trip down memory lane, and this is going to be for some people, they're not going to have a clue what I'm talking about here. My partnership at Twitch is actually initially a partnership with Justin TV. That's how old my partnership with Twitch is. It's old, yeah. It's very old. So yeah, that's yeah. I actually looked for it quite recently. How like I looked for they sent me in my email inbox just randomly like the Twitch or the Justin TV partnership agreement, and I still have it in my old email somewhere. So yeah, it's in there somewhere, and yeah, I'm very proud of that. It's a very, very old, very, very, very old partnership I have. So yeah, I'm old. That's all we need to know. It's like, I'm going to turn my fan on because it is. Actually, I'm going to open the window. If I open the window, I'm going to get bugs. If I turn the fan on, I'm going to get fresh air. Let's get some fresh air. Here we go. Oh, man. Sorry. I just saw a funny reaction, which I feel very bad for laughing at because it's not funny. Ash, just with the melting emoji after his player who got, bought out from under his nose, essentially bought out from him, then gets benched from VP. So 6 months later, his player just, yeah, that's a shame. I feel bad for laughing at Ash. I'm not laughing at Ash, I'm just laughing at the situation, but it's not funny. Because I'm sure Ash would have loved to keep working with Flamus, so that's unfortunate for them. Here we go, Joe. Joe knows what's up. He's catching up. Shout out to the Cold Discord. There we go. You can join the Cold Discord up. There. Join it up there. It's a great place to be. GL should get him back. I mean, GL, like, Flamus is a really good player. Like, I completely agree with that. But, they replaced him with PR, right? Who would he replace? I mean, he wouldn't... Oh, I suppose they replaced him with PR and Rez. I can't remember where Flamus played, but... Yeah, I mean, you could replace Rez with Flamus if you wanted to. I think Rez is a pretty good player for Game of Legion. Bit of experience. He's by no means, like, out of his depth over there. You can't replace DTR. Torsen? I don't know. I don't know enough about Game of Legion's roles to discuss that. But yeah, obviously if they can get Flamus and it makes sense, then I guess they will. But knowing how much VP paid for him, I'm guessing GL probably won't be able to buy him back very easily. PR won't stay there long. Let's be real. I think Game of Legion are potentially trying to stop being as much of a feeder team as they have been in the past. I think they're trying to tighten things up a little bit over there. And that doesn't mean that they weren't tightened before, but I think they're trying to retain players a little bit heavier than they have been in the past. Obviously, if someone comes in and spends what VP did to buy Flamus, which was a significant buyout, then they may not have a choice. But I think Game of Legion are trying to be a bit more, proactive on protecting their investments, let's say. So I think PR might be there for at least another 6 months, maybe even longer. But obviously that also depends on how Game of Legion are playing. They've obviously re-signed Ash. I don't know who they're going to get for their AWPer. That will be a very interesting situation because there's a lot of teams who need AWPers right now. There's not that many AWPers lying around. So yeah, who needs an AWPer right now? Let's jump into that. Let's see what we're doing with the AWPers right now. So obviously Vitality don't need an AWP, Mals don't need an AWP, Spirit don't need an AWP, Mongols don't need an AWP, Falcons don't need one. Aurora, well, if they want to stay Turkish, they already have probably the best AWPer, so they don't need one. Navi probably don't need one. FaZe, I mean, obviously, if Simple stays, they don't need one, but they technically do need an AWPer. They need to sign a fifth, and obviously they still have Brokey on the bench. Furia don't need one. This guy's turned out to be pretty fucking good. G2 need an AWP. Game of Legion need an AWP. Astralis don't. Heroic need an AWP as well, supposedly, because Sumpius is supposedly going to... Was Sumpius going to G2? He's already signed, right? Am I crazy? Am I crazy, right? Sumpius is already going to G2, right? He left with Saw. So yeah, so Heroic need an AWP, G2 don't need an AWP. That's what's happening here. VP don't, Pain don't, Liquid don't. Okay, so actually it's basically just Heroic and Game of Legion that both need AWPs right now, right? But Heroic have got a shitload of money, most likely, from selling some Pious. And Game of Legion probably don't have a boatload of money from benching Slend. So I'm going to guess that Ash is going to pick up some random guy that is like playing for a team down here somewhere and turn them into a god. And Heroic are going to buy someone from a team like up here. There you go. That's my prediction. Heroic is getting Grix. That's right. Yes, I remember that now. I don't like to. Yeah, so he's on Astrum, which is definitely not Aurora, and definitely not anything to do with 1xBet. And 1xBet definitely don't also own Heroic. And 1xBet definitely don't own Aurora. Don't need to say any more than that, do we? Yeah. That's all we need to say on that front. Let's have a look. What has happened in the rest of the week? Because I've been, as I said, I've been somewhat out of the loop in terms of I haven't really been like nailed in on anything too much because I've been trying to kind of get shit done in my personal life so that I can go away on vacation next week and not feel like I'm leaving things loose ends, let's say. So I've heard here we go, here's the rumor mill here. I've heard that Valve had a lot of meetings with teams and TOs and all sorts last week. As a result of that, there is likely to be some overhauls to the VRS model, both in terms of rules. So the VRS is in the rankings, in terms of like certain aspects of, I don't want to say the rules of the ranking, but like the constraints of the ranking, maybe let's say regions. And there's also potentially going to be wider changes to the TOR, the tournament operations requirements or whatever it's called, that the third-party event organizers are constricted to. So I'm sort of waiting, bated breath for maybe today or tomorrow, for Valve to do a little cheeky update to the to some of their GitHubs, and I think that there could be some movement there. So that'll be fun to see. I'm not sure how in depth or what the actual changes are. I wasn't in Austin. I wasn't able to talk to Valve. Jason, did you talk to Valve when you were there? Slove says, I might be waiting longer than that. Maybe they'll do it in increments, Slove. I've been told reliably by a number of sources, that there should be at least one change this week. And my understanding is it relates to certain things that would impact a team's decisions on roster building, which is the best way I can describe the potential change. Guys, look at my tan. That is insane. My tan is just crazy. I doubled up. In fact, I even have a tan on this wrist ever so slightly, just from like something I wore for like just one weekend. So yeah, my tan is just building up like crazy. Yeah. I think they're apparently going to make at least one change in regards to something that would affect roster building, which well, we can just say it's regional aspects of the rankings, just so that they can get it out of the way, I think, quickly, so that teams can build their rosters towards next season. So, yeah, I think they might do. I think they might do something there, and then maybe the wider changes to the ranking. I mean, I'd like to think the wider changes to the ranking will happen after the update, after the 7th of July update, especially if they're going to change the calculation model. Then it definitely needs to be done after the July update, because changing it before, I mean, technically changing it before, like, we're already not getting the invite. So, like, if they want to change it to, like, massively boost whatever we did well this season, then feel free. Otherwise, I think they should probably wait until after the July update. As a side note, like, why do Valve not just put their intended changes in, like, a separate repo somewhere, and then say, like, hey guys, this is the new model that we're going to move to. Let's test it for 2 months, and then we're going to implement it in September. And then everyone can see what it looks like, and everyone can, like, we can fix all the little things, and then we can implement it. And I feel like everyone would just be very happy if that happened. Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand why Valve doesn't, like, use, like, a preview version. Like, let's preview it and then implement it. Like, why do they just, like, overnight just slam it on us, like, and then everything recalculates? Like, they haven't done any major changes to the ranking for a long time, to be fair. Like, the ranking's been pretty stable for, I think, quite a while, actually. 4 months is the last time I can see them doing an update, but most of that was just, like, things like the club share getting added. Like, it wasn't like they reworked the model, they just included the parts. Like, it was the club share, and it was the making it so that forfeited matches counted. Like, that wasn't changing the model, it was more just, like, sort of making the code fit purpose. So I don't think they've actually done, like, a proper model change in a long time. I don't think they've done, like, I can see, like, a model update on the 11th of July last year. But again, yeah, that was just, like, removing show matches. Like, I don't think they've actually changed the model and how it works in a long time. So I think we are due. I think we're definitely due an update to the model of the calculations. Yeah, they had the bucket fix. That's right. They had the bucket fix. Was it the bucket fix, or was it the it was the amount of matches you needed to play before you got ranked, right? That got updated in February. So that was in the same update as the forfeits and the show matches, and the events have to be finished, and the club share. I think that was the things they added. I think that was the things they added back in, like, February. But other than that, like, there's no actual, like, calculation changes, I think. So I think we're due one. I think Valve have now had 6 months of seeing how this all plays out. I think we're due one. Like, Finn, you've probably looked at this more than I have, but, like, I think it's worthwhile mentioning. Like, I knew this was going to turn into VRS. I didn't even try this. It's already happened by itself. So, I mean, here's a fun thing. Teams play meaningful matches in third-party events throughout the year to reduce the burden on major participants and streamline the major qualification process. We're going to leverage those matches to identify teams that should be invited to later qualification stages. So I just want to clarify, later qualification stages. They've just removed the qualifiers. So take of that what you will. Our goals for the resulting regional standings is that they are accurate. Now, again, accuracy we can get into in a bit, which we're going to. That's the reason why I'm showing this. Not easily gamed. arguably they are quite easily gamed if you want to, and have a transparent process. I mean, you can't really get much more transparent than seeing the code, so I guess that is transparent. So this accurate part, so Valve's accuracy, I mean, this is quite a while back, but essentially their model is trying to basically say, if a team is expected to win, do they win? So the expected versus the observed win rates. And essentially, as long as the ranking is still trending on this line, which is what they observed back in, I think this is like 2023, this data. So this is like a very old piece of data. Then basically, as long as the data is still sort of trending on this line, Valve would consider their ranking to be accurate still. And in their opinion, and it might not be wrong. Why is my thing being cut off? In their opinion, then this would be perfect. Okay, so Finn says, I know Finn's been checking this. The relationship dropped roughly in February/March, and it's improved again. Okay. So, like, Valve in their accuracy aspect would see that basically any match where the expected team wins versus the, what, so like if the team actually wins versus what they should do, then they would see this line basically be exactly the same. Where the issue would be is that, and this is where we go back to the not easily gamed. So if you ask me, the idea of gaming the system would be a specific region and TOs from that region just running an obnoxious amount of events that are essentially there to farm VRS points. And if you did that, those matches would still fall within the accuracy constriction, in a sense that as long as the teams that are expected to win are still winning within those tournaments, the ranking would look accurate and everything would look correct. So that wouldn't technically fall out of bounds of the rankings intention, let's say. So it will be interesting to see what changes they would make to, or what they would see as gaming the system, let's say. So yeah, it's oh, Finn, you've tested way too much stuff. So for those not in Twitch chat, Finn said that he thinks the relationship is fake. He doesn't have the data to test it because nobody apart from HLTV has the data to truly test it. And because of the events basically having the same teams all the time, like CCT has the same teams all the time, the top events have the same teams all the time. The expected win rates are basically only valid within the teams that are playing those certain events, and that they wouldn't necessarily match up across events, is I believe what he just said there. So yeah, clustering is a problem. We're going to see it all over again in the next set of rankings. So yeah, enjoy that. It's yeah, it's an issue, and it's been reported. Do you know what we could do, guys? Do you know what we could do? And this is very, very nerdy. I'm curious, what's in the pull requests? Finn, this is just all you. The last 6 pull requests are all you. So I just want to clarify. Let's go back quickly. Updating and improving the model. The model we're shipping with today is the one we'll use through the next major. I mean, this is all obviously well out of date now. This is all very out of date because this is for the Copenhagen Major 2024. We're going to keep experimenting. We think you should too. And we think you should too. After we ship the code and data in this repository, feel free to tinker and make something new. As long as your model does well and fits our goals, we'll be happy to consider it. So I know for a fact, because I've read some of these, that Finn is Mischief, if anyone doesn't know, this is Finn. He has not necessarily altered the model too much, but he has fixed a lot of things. For example, this one here, it's complicated, but essentially the way that Valve's ranking tracks rosters, so A, B, C, like these are all like players within a roster. The way that the ranking tracks players within a roster could potentially lead to incorrect teams being ranked. He even provided ATOX, who ironically are now banned, as an example of basically how rosters sort of got split into. And I'm not gonna explain it all to you. You can go read through this because Finn's crazy, and he basically explained it all and actually wrote the code. He actually wrote the code to fix it. Like, this is the code that he's written to fix this issue, and so that the correct team gets ranked. And it's been there since, when did you send this one? I don't even remember when you sent this one. April 4th. So this has been there for 2 months. You also fixed the event stakes modifier from memory, because the match start time, which is basically when the match is starting according to HLTV, is wrong. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of issues. Look, you even did this. You even did the expected versus observed win rate. Finn has actually gone through and done the work. Like, he's done the work, guys. He's actually gone through and done it. He's done exactly what they asked him to, and they haven't even acknowledged it. So yeah, if you're bored, guys, someone's thumbs upped it. This guy. If you're bored, guys, you can go read through. I haven't read this one actually. Modifying the VRS model. I have to read this one still. But essentially, Finn has done exactly what they asked him to do, and none of it has been taken into account. Considering some of the stuff is, in fact, wait, is that other one gone? Yeah, like some of this stuff is just people not understanding the rankings and being like, hey, the roster's changed, and that's just like stupid stuff. There's this guy asking for Far East Russian teams to be counted as Asia instead of European, which, to be honest, I'm fine with. There was a guy who was asking for, maybe that's in the other one. Is it in the other one? The guy who was asking for Peru to to be put into North America instead of South America. Is that one gone, or am I crazy? I think that one's gone now. But yeah, there was a bunch of stuff. Go read them. They're very interesting. If you enjoy code especially, very interesting. We can also go to the rules and regulations, where again Finn is active. And actually, I think there's, hold on. I think there's more here. I feel like some have been closed. Yeah, they have. Is this where the Finn one? Is this where the guy with the Peru was? No. But yeah, basically a bunch of people have actually tried to help. And yeah, Valve, they're not exactly working collaboratively with people on this. So, oh yeah, it was SJR that sent it, right? That's right. Oh, it seems to have gone now anyway. I didn't see it in the other one, but yeah, like people are trying to suggest changes to this. I personally try not to suggest changes to the rules, because it could obviously come from a perceived part of bias. So I wouldn't send anything like this. But yeah, I mean, this GD Invasion, guys, we never caught up on what happened to GD Invasion. We need to go through that at some point. It was so irrelevant that I just forgot about it. But yeah, this was something that I brought up. I even commented, look at this. This is something that I brought up last week on the show as well, I think, about like how certain events are able to bypass certain parts of the TOR. And there's other people. Zakor is also someone who has some very good suggestions on a lot of things. And yeah, none of this has been incorporated, I don't think. So, Valve, please, can you be collaborative? SJRs does have some merit, to be fair. Is it in the rules and regs or is it in the other one? Do you remember? It was in the regional standings, right? Am I crazy? Oh no, because his was in issues, not in... That's why, yeah. Here we go. It was SJR himself. Here we go. Yeah, so this guy's obviously now banned for cheating, I think it was. Was he cheating? Yeah, essentially he was complaining that Peru should be considered North American instead of South American. I mean, I empathize with regions that have issues with geography, essentially, because there isn't really a clean fix to it. But I mean, I'm just going to say, like, Peru is in South America. Now I realize that Venezuela, I guess they can get good ping to like what, Dallas, probably New York as well, right? They can probably get good ping to Dallas and New York. How does Peru get ping to Dallas? Like how does that go? Like Venezuela, yeah, I can kind of understand this, and obviously like Guatemala for Malbs, like yeah, he can probably get decent ping. Obviously, all the Caribbean islands probably get decent ping up there, but like that's it, right? Like surely Peru must get better ping across to like Sao Paulo. Am I crazy? They play on 100 ping, yeah, okay. But like, is it just that they have better ping to? Is that better ping than to Brazilian servers? I guess it is. I guess it must be. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it, right? So, oh crap, turn my monitor off. Yeah, I guess it just must be. So, you get better ping to Europe than Venezuela does to Dallas. It's similar ping. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get really good ping to New York servers. I can ping like 79, 75 to New York sometimes. So like I would say that's even almost playable. And that's Denmark. That's Denmark to New York. That's quite far. I can ping like 7. I can legitimately play on New York servers if I want to. It's not the best experience, but I could do it. So yeah, I get it. Well, now I'm curious. What other issues are there? Okay, yeah. Match start time is not accurate. I wonder who proposed that one, Finn. Match start time is not accurate. It's correct. Match start time is not accurate. It's even given with examples. Control data set, everything here. Minor changes in points. Yeah, not even considered. Yeah, it's a lot of people have come up with some issues, and so far as I know, none of it's been incorporated. So it would be nice to see Valve considering that they've specifically said they want people to tinker and suggest. It would be nice to see them having a slightly more collaborative approach to how they're operating this, because it doesn't feel like they've had that. Yeah, I'm not fully disillusioned with Valve yet, but I'm getting there, actually, to be honest. There's a point where I have to say that they're starting to be more negligent than they should be. I'm fine with their general approach to sort of, taking their time and trying to figure things out, but it's getting to a point where they might be going a bit too far in terms of their laid back approach to everything. So yeah, I'm only going to support you for a little bit longer, Valve. That's my warning to you all. Oh, got some live news just today. This is happening right now, I guess. We're not turning into like a live response, but Liquid have parted ways with Edward, Mind Body Esports. He's been with them since, 18 months. So yeah, start of last year when they built the roster with like JKS and Twists and those guys. Yeah. I personally, this is Edward, this guy in the middle. I love Edward. Edward was here actually. Edward was with Complexity when I first started. He was working with the Juggernaut towards the end of that roster. And yeah, he's a really nice guy. I think he has a really good like outlook on performance. I think he's a nice guy to work with. I think he did some good work with both G2 when he was on G2 and both Liquid when he's on Liquid. But I think Liquid is obviously going through a period of flux with their roster, and I guess this is a good time to make a change somehow. So no real thoughts on this. It's very hard to judge from the outside how a person has been working within a team, so there's no real reason to comment on this. But I like Edward. He's a nice guy. Always have some really good thoughtful conversations with him. I've ended up sat next to him on flights and things before, just from pure luck. And yeah, really nice guy to talk to. So shame that he won't be at more events, because he used to go to quite a lot of the events, and always a nice guy just to have a conversation with on a human level. So yeah. So Liquid are beginning their changes, I guess. I think we all probably saw from the outset that Liquid were probably going to make some kind of change. Obviously signed Shui full time, so they've sort of locked him in as part of their roster. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the rest of it. It felt like they were all giving interviews at the major that things weren't going super well within the team, so I'm guessing there's more to come. Wonderbread. Does Complexity have good internal advanced analytics tools? What do you use? I wouldn't say we have any internal advanced analytics tools. We generally use what's available on the market, so what other teams are also using as well. We don't have anything in-house sort of, just for us, if that makes sense. So I think most teams are using Skybox Edge. We use Skybox Edge as well. And that's a really, really solid tool for what we need it for. But we're not using anything on top of that right now, at least. Arata, you can get him. We've worked with Edward before. As I said, really nice guy. I don't think that will be something that we'll be doing this time around. Not because he's not good, and not because we wouldn't value what he'd bring. But I think, let's go. There we go. Cool. But I think it's just, I just don't think it's going to be something that we do this time around. Let's leave it at that. And that's not because of him in any way. Guys, I expect you to have a good performance in Cologne. I'm always rooting for you. We're rooting for ourselves as well. And yeah, I mean, we're obviously hoping to play well in Cologne. It's not going to be easy. I think we're going to be one of, if not the lowest seed going into the first stage of the tournament. So, we can screw it. We can do it right now. Let's do it. Let's make the bracket. So let's here we go. We're going to make the bracket now, and then we can see what it looks like. Shouldn't do this live on stream really, because then the other teams will see it, but who cares? Let's go. So stage 1 bracket is 1 vs 16. Cool. So let's okay, cool. So 1, 16, 9, 8, 512. Let's just bring this up. Hold on. We are bored today. No, not bored. Wait, which tab did I share? Oh, wrong tab. Let's switch to the correct tab. This one. 512. Here we go. Where are we? 13.4, I guess. Yeah, 13.4. And then the other half of the bracket is 3 and 14. 11 and 6. 7 and 10. Oh, shit. 7 and 10. And the last match must be 2 and 15, right? Or 15 and 2. So in case anyone's wondering, by the way, if you ever want to figure out what the seedings are for a bracket, and if you don't know the math, if you consider this is the round of 16, this first bracket, I don't think you can even read this on. Let me zoom in. So if you think that this is the round of 16, this first bracket, if you assume that the highest seeded team is always seeded against the lowest seeded team, and like if teams inherit their seeds and whatever, then the seeds of the two teams will always add up to one more than the round, or one more than the amount of teams left in the bracket. So the round of 16 will have 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, and 17. There's a little bit of math for you. And then if the two teams who should win, so in terms of 1 versus 16 and 8 versus 9, it should be 1 versus 8. Again, that adds up to 9, which is one more than the round of 8. So there's the math for you if you ever need it to make a bracket and to seed a bracket. Cool. Fluxo just signed up for Frag. Look at that. I did nothing. I did nothing to contribute to that, but I'm going to claim it because I told you before. So cool. Right. Let's go to the live rankings from HLTV. And we will add the teams. So let's get the team list first. So we've got GL, FaZe, Astralis, 3D Max, Heroic, Liquid, VP, Furia, Cole, Tyloo, Miba, B8, Nip, oh, Sugar, Nip, Big, Pain, and FlyQuest. Cool. So these are the 16 teams, sorry, and we are going to now seed them into the bracket. So let's see. In terms of ranking, who's the highest ranked? It looks like it's going to be Gamer Legion are ranked 11th. FaZe are ranked 8th. So FaZe are going to be seed 1. Astralis at 12, 3D Max at 13, Heroic at 14, 17, Pain at 16. So Pain have shot up a lot since the invite. VP are 15, Furia are 9th, we are 23rd, Nip are 24th, B8 are 18th, Miba, where the fuck are Miba? 20th. Tyloo are 21st. Big are... Shit, where have Big gone? Big are 31st. Damn. FlyQuest 29th. Cool. So we'll just sort these guys. Sort data, sort range, sort by column D, A to Z. No, not sort by column D. Sort by column E. Z to A. Cool. So Big are the last seed. So let's put Big in there. Let's move these across quickly. And FaZe are first seed. Okay, let's just do this in the smart way to do it. So FlyQuest are 15, Nip are 14, Col are 13. So you can begin to see how this all plays out now. Tyloo should be 12, Miba should be 11th, B8 would be 10th. Oh, Liquid would be 9th. Pain. Oh, Liquid versus Pain. There you go. VP 7. Heroic 6, 3D Max 5, Astralis 4. Oh, there's our opponent. Complexity versus Astralis. That'd be 3rd, and then Furia would be 2nd. Cool. So let's just remove some of these extra lines from the bracket. Yeah, so this is the top half of the bracket there, and then this is the bottom half of the bracket here. So this is how the Cologne bracket would look if they took the seedings from right now. Let's just remove those. What do you guys think? Some pretty interesting matchups in there. I think this is a fun match right now for us. I don't know how likely that is to change. What's Astralis? I mean, Astralis can't really change their rank, and we can't really change ours. I suppose what I can do, actually, this is smart. What I can do is I can go to the... Here we go, look at this. So if we go to the predicted rankings for July 7th, which I'm pretty sure will be the latest ranking update before Cologne happens. So this is what is predicted to be the ranking when Cologne happens. We can actually go back through. So let's undo everything we just did. Look at this. Let's undo everything we just did. And do it from this ranking. And then we actually might be able to see what it will look like in reality, because things can definitely change with decay. So yeah, see, for example, like Nip overtake us from decay right now, according to this. So this is quite interesting. Sorry, I'm just going to do this in my head. We're going to redo the bracket with the correct seedings, or supposedly correct seedings. And this is the kind of shit that I do to get ahead against other teams, is we predict brackets and then we figure out who we're going to play and who we can't play. And then we make sure we don't scrim them, because that's always dumb, is scrimming a team that you know you're going to face. Or sometimes you will scrim a team that you know you're going to face, and then you just learn what they do before you play them. Yeah, that has definitely happened before. So yeah, there are definitely advantages to being a little bit mildly autistic in that sense. Let's redo the bracket again. Oh, I should have kept the freaking lines the same, shouldn't I? Let's just move all this up so I don't have to keep scrolling so far. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. Right. No, I don't have to scroll quite as far. In fact, I don't have to scroll at all. Furia, yeah, they've already gone in. Game of Legion 3rd. Astralis still seed 4, but we've changed. 5 is 3 max, 6 is heroic, VP is 7th, 8, oh no, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Where are we? Shit, 12. Am I blind? 12. We're 30. Okay, so our seed has actually still say. Wait. Oh, I'm an idiot, guys. I'm an idiot. I forgot to sort it before I did that. And then oh my God. Guys, I'm having a bad day. This is very uncharacteristic for me. Let's just fix all this for once and for all. And then remember to fix this before, yeah. No, it's column F, column, oh, for God's sake, it switched columns. Column G, A to Z. Here we go. Right, cool. Let's try again. 3. I'm not reading chat. You guys are probably telling me that it was all out of order and I just wasn't looking. I'm on my second screen. I'm not looking at the chat right now. 7th is now Astralis. 8th is Pain. 9th is there. B8 must be 10th. 11th, Tyloo. 12th. 13th. Oh, Nip versus Heroic. That's always a fun one. Mostly because Heroic will just win on the social media battle, even if even if nothing else happens. Oh, Gamer Legion. Nice. That's a fun game. All right. These are more accurate because these take into account the decay that will happen. So to get to qualify, you have to win like your part of the bracket here. So like, if we wanted to qualify, we'd have to beat Gamer Legion and then the winner of Tyloo VP, and then we'd go through to stage 2. There is a lower bracket as well, which it does some flips. So yeah, we can look into that as well. But this is how the bracket would look currently. Looks pretty fun. Some pretty... Oh, guys. Like, if that isn't a revenge match for Australis, I don't see what would be. Like, the team that knocked them out of the major? That's a fun game. Any other good ones? Yeah, us versus I mean, this is always fun because of, as I said, Heroic social media will just destroy Nip no matter what happens. Win or lose, Heroic will win the social media battle. Liquid versus Pain, I think that's a fun one. Big are the kind of team that would upset FaZe in the first round. Yeah, I mean that is the current Cologne. That is the current Cologne bracket, assuming no weird matches happen in the next like 2 weeks, which I don't think they do. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, all matches are best of 3 in the Cologne, stage 1. So yeah, this is all best of 3 now. It used to be the first matches. These first matches were best of 1s, and then the rest were best of 3s. But it is double elimination. We can remind ourselves. I'll just show the Katowice document. Screw it, I already showed it once. So this is the Katowice document, which ESL will use. So you can see how like the teams fall. So like the losing team here, Liquid, fell to here, and Liquid beat us. And then wildcard flip in from the bottom. So when they lose this, they flip down to here. So if we were to win and then lose our match, we would be this team here, and we would drop to the third match of the lower side. Sorry, the second match of the lower side, which would be the losers of 3D Max Mibba and Nip Heroic. So, I mean, I think we can qualify. I think none of those teams are unbeatable for us. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy. A tournament like Cologne should not be easy. But we obviously have to go out there and win our games. We didn't do very good last time back in Katowice with the new roster, but I think we're in a much better space than we were last time. So yeah, hopefully we'll be by Cologne we'll be firing on all cylinders. As Arada says, see you at Fisher first. Yeah, we'll play Fisher first. Fisher is a week before Cologne. I think we go straight from Fisher to Cologne, and Fisher is a GSL groups, back to GSL groups. We don't know, obviously, quite yet what the teams are going to be. I think, as I said, a lot of the top teams are going to skip Fisher because they obviously played through to the playoffs. So they were still playing, but like 3 days ago, some of them. So I'm pretty sure that some of the top teams will skip Fisher and go straight to Cologne, so they don't maximize their so they don't overload their schedule, let's say. So I think Fisher is going to be a good, kind of a good level for us to start at, in a sense that we don't have any of the big boys, which should make it a bit more of a level tournament, coming a bit like Bucharest. I'm not completely oblivious to the fact that the event that we performed at, this event, was missing Spirit, it was missing Mouse, it was missing Vitality. I'm sure it was missing someone else as well. Actually, no, that's actually really it, isn't it? It was only just those 3 guys. But I think it's really important to think about what happens if those 3 teams are there. Like the whole seeding just gets completely different, and you play like way harder teams to begin with. So yeah, obviously we performed really well here, and that was great. Yeah, coach me, look at that. That was, look at me, the imposter, faking my way till I make it. But we had some legit wins here. Nothing to be understated, but we beat Falcons, who won the event. We beat FaZe and then lost to FaZe. We beat who was it? Oh, Furia. We beat Furia, who then made a roster change. And we beat Aurora, right? So we took some pretty good wins there. It wasn't like we beat crap teams. We had a better run than some teams did at the major in terms of the levels of teams that we beat. So it was a good run, but I'm not completely oblivious to the fact that there was a lot of top teams missing, and had they not been missing, then it would have been a much tougher bracket. And I think that Fisher will be like that, where there'll be a lot of teams who are very similar levels, in the kind of not elite teams, but like just below that. So kind of like anyone from kind of top 8 to top 20 can kind of all be in a similar bracket. So it'll be a fun event, the Fisher event. We're looking forward to it. And we're going to get a week boot camp leading up to it, and then, well, maybe not a week, maybe like 5 or 6 days, and then we will go straight into Cologne from there. Saw that Holzerk 1v3 on Nuke B site versus Aurora pop up on. Oh yeah. I have to watch that again now, actually. Yeah, Holzerk 1v3 Aurora. Here we go. Oh, everyone's only got it in freaking shorts. Why, like honestly, like this is the death of content for me. Like I know that a lot of people consume their content. I know that a lot of people consume their content on their phones these days, but this is killing me, guys. Like this is horrible. Like, come on, please. And yes, Finn, I subscribe to Lanterne Rouge. Yeah, you can see it. Get it out of you. Right. Hold on. It was like here, right? Here we go. 1-3-3 clutch. I don't think you guys can hear this. This is a new guy, Cal CS Pop. I've never seen this guy before. 279 subscribers. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oof. Ooh. Wait, you guys got the sound from that? Nice. But yeah, that was a sick clutch. That was a good one. Here we go. Scott. Okay, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your second name, Scott, because I'm going to butcher it no matter what I do. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay, what is the current win percentage for NA teams playing in international tournaments over the past 6 months? Scott, I'm going to say it's probably fucking shit. It's probably pretty dog shit. But fuck it. Let's do it. Let's take international lands. Let's take 2025. And let's just go for it. So, what is the best way of doing this? Oh, actually, we can just grab it here. So we'll just use the same wins 15 to 25. All right. Okay, I've created a quick. Oh Jesus. There we go. So wins, losses, total percent. Cool. Right. Let's have a look. We're going to quickly rattle through this. I will not show a screen while I'm doing it, just because I can't be bothered. Oh wait, we just want international matches, don't we? Are all these international? Okay, I'm going to do international ranked, because I know M80 have some unranked matches. Cool. Right, we're doing international. Oh wait, that's maps though. That's maps. Do we want maps or matches, guys? Do we want to do maps or matches? There's no way to only search for the series. I don't really want to have to count this up manually, but I suppose I can. Fuck it, we're gonna do matches, and I'm gonna count this manually, and we're gonna do it together because we're bored. Right. Let's go. Yeah, so here's the filters. We're going LAN. Wait, so I'm starting with M80. We're going LAN 2025, and then we've clicked ranked because M80 played some unranked tournament at the start of the year. So let's count the wins. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wins for M80, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 losses for M80. Okay. Let's jump over to wildcard and do the same for them. Let's add them this way so it doesn't get, we don't lose the context. Cool. So wildcard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. 5 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 losses. What is it? So I'm guessing we're just doing M80 wildcard complexity energy, right? NRG. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses. Ah, wait, hold on, they got frag. This is frag. This doesn't count, right? Are we counting frag, guys? It's up to you guys. Do we count frag as an international LAN event? I think we probably don't. So we'll just redo energy quickly. So they've got 1, 2, 3 wins on international LAN events. They've got 3 wins. I will include the win against us, but we won't include frag. So I've got 3 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. And then us. I'm realizing now that we're probably going to come out of this with the best win rate, but that's obviously because of Bucharest. But yeah, we also played a lot more events, so we actually may have a worse win rate still. And this is only counting LAN events, guys. So this doesn't count. Blast Bounty, which is online. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. Got us 7 wins. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 losses. All right, guys. Here's the results. In terms of win rate, win percentage, we complexity are the highest, sort of as you'd expect, because of Bucharest. Yeah, the start of the year was rough, to say the least. So we played. I'll just share this other tab. Here we go. Scroll. This is it. Yeah, it's not great looking, to be honest, guys. Like, I don't think anyone's got the moral high ground here in terms of win rate in international matches. Yeah, it's tough out there for sure. I mean, energy. So let's have a look on. So energy got 2 of their wins. 2 of their wins were from BO1s at the major, right? 1 versus Tyloo, 1 versus us. We got 1 of our wins at the major from beating. Who do we beat at the major, guys? Second match? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, I mean, major with a stand-in. I mean, yeah, we lost 3 matches with a major with a stand-in, but you know, we also beat Payne and Melbourne when they had a coach playing and a stand-in playing. So, yeah, whatever. Wild card. Wild card. 2 of their wins were beer ones at the major, and then they got 3 beer 3 losses, right? I think, unless I'm going completely crazy. Yeah, Wildcard got 2 beer 1 wins and then 3 beer 3 losses at the major. Wildcard also got a win over Payne during that weird situation they had. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking awful in general. It's pretty terrible. So M80 beat OG at the major. Wait, am I going crazy here? Oh, OG made it through to the second stage. That's right. Yeah. All right. Who did we beat at the major, guys? Am I going crazy here? Fluxo. We beat Fluxo at the major. That's right. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I mean, if you take the BO1s away from... I mean, if you take our BO1 away, you take Wildcard's BO1 away, you take NRG's 2 BO1s away. Sorry, oh shit. They go down. Oh crap, hold on. I need to make sure I do this right. Take our BO1 away, 6. Take Wildcard's BO1 away, 2 BO1s away, 3. Their 1 away, and their 1 away. I mean, now it looks really fucking depressing, doesn't it? I realize you can't just take the wins away on BO1, so you also have to take the losses away. But most of these guys, I mean, Energy also lost 1 BO1, right? To be in the 1-1 bracket. Wildcard didn't lose a BO1. They genuinely lost 3 BO3s. M80 lost 2 BO1s, so they would be 3 and 9, right? But still, I mean, yeah, it's tough looking, guys. Not gonna lie, we all sucked this year in international events. To be honest, like our top 4 at Bucharest was a good result. We beat some very good teams to get there, but still missing the very top teams. We don't come top 4 at an event that has Spirit, Mouse, and Vitality at it. We're not the 4th team there, right? So, it looks good, but it's definitely a little bit inflated. But I feel like this is the point where orgs have to form some sorts of alliance to provide information to other teams when competing internationally. I think that would be extremely frowned upon, Scott. I don't know entirely where it would fall under E6 anti-corruption code, but I'm pretty sure it would fall somewhere in E6 anti-corruption code for doing that. And I'm just going to be realistic. I don't know how the other teams feel about it. My personal feeling is that I want North America to do well, and I would be more than happy for the other teams to do well, as long as we are doing better. So it's not necessarily in any of our interests to go out of our way to help our opposition. That's just the truth. We obviously want to practice against each other and do as well as we can, but I don't think we're going to be in the world of helping each other directly through some sort of collaboration, let's say. So yeah. Oh dear. Cool. Right, guys. Well, I said I was going to be here for an hour, and I can now see that I've been here for 1 hour and 54 minutes and 50 seconds. And I promised that I would be here for just an hour because I was really tired and I was half asleep. And then we started talking about VRS and my heart rate shot up and I got all excited and then I forgot that I was tired. And yeah. Yeah. Still here 2 hours later. But I am going to end it here. This is the last show for a week. Next week, I'm on actual vacation where I'm actually going to be out of the country, and I'm not going to take my cameras and stuff with me because I'm actually going to try and take an actual week of vacation. So we will be back in 2 weeks now, where I'm sure there will be all manner of crazy things that will have happened. And yeah, we will see what happens. I think I don't think there's much more to say really than that. I think it's just a question of waiting at this point and seeing all the other teams make their changes, and then we will hopefully have a coach in place within that time frame as well. So I will be doing a little bit of work. It won't just be all relaxation. We still have a coach to sign and a few other things. Logistical wise to get people into Belgrade and into Cologne and everything like that. So there's still flights to book. But we'll be back in 2 weeks, and I'm sure there'll be some fun stuff to talk about. And that will be 2 weeks today will be the 9th of July. So 9th of July, we will already be in in Belgrade by then. That'll be the plan, to start our boot camp. The guys should have already been there for 2 days or something by then. So yeah, I don't know if I will be joining them in Belgrade that early on. So I don't know if we'll be doing the show from Belgrade that week, but certainly the week after I will be in Belgrade with the guys. So we will try and get Nick, you're coming on the show in 2-3 weeks time. 16th of July. You're coming on the show as long as we don't have a match. There you go. If you're still watching. He doesn't know that, but he is coming on the show in 3 weeks' time. Just a reminder, guys, while we are here, don't forget to join the I always get the point the wrong way. Join the Face It Club, because we have the community night coming up very soon. So you guys can all join the Face It Hub, and you can play video games with Nicky X. I don't know what he wants to be called. I call him Nix. You can join him and Danny, Mr. Sexy himself. You can join those two guys for a night of gaming. So the way it will work is you join the Complexity Face It Hub. You have to be based in North America. You have to set your Face It to North America, and you can then join the hub. And what will happen is the two guys at 7 p.m. CT will start launching lobbies. So there'll be 4 slots in each lobby alongside the pro. You guys can just join them, play some pugs. They'll just keep launching lobbies. They'll probably do I think last time they fit 4 or 5 in the time slot we had. So there's lots of time to play with these guys, and earn double points. I think we do double points, right? Yeah, double points on the Face It leaderboard, and it's on the 29th of July, Sunday, which means 29th of June. Which means it's one of the last days to get onto the June leaderboard, and it's double points. So it's basically like a freaking last minute scramble for all the points. So make sure you join up over there. And yeah, that is me done for today, I believe. Unless there is any very last minute questions that make my brain want to answer them, then we will move on. and I will go get some sleep because it is 11:30 here, and I am very tired. Yeah. Let's have a look. In case anyone's curious, by the way, you're probably not, but the reason I'm so tired right now is because at the weekend I completed my fourth half Ironman, which is a triathlon. If you guys know who Pimp is, you may have heard about Ironman triathlons. I guess that's the nicest way to put it. Pimp is an elite athlete at this point. I am just a humble amateur, let's say. But it still takes a lot of energy to complete something like that. I completed my fourth one on Sunday, and my body's just a bit fried, so I think that's just making me feel sleepy. But yeah, it's good fun. I enjoy it, and if you want to see what peak performance looks like, I can show you. It looks like this. Hold on, is that the one? Yeah, that is what peak performance looks like at the end of 6.5 hours of hardcore exercise. A little bit overweight for myself, but that's me coming across the finish line. Have I got any others? Hold on. Let's see if I can find some others. Oh God, I've got some other women's photos mixed in with mine. Where are we? Oh, you can get me on the bike. Hold on. There's a picture somewhere. Is that going to work? Oh, did that update for you guys? No, it didn't. Okay, hold on. I can share it again. Anyway, yeah, that's why I'm tired. So it's a long triathlon. It's like 6.5 hours it took me to finish, and my body's just knackered really. So I'm gonna go sleep and see you guys in 2 weeks' time for probably another 2.5 hour marathon show, because there'll be so much to catch up on. And I think that's about it. I'm gonna run the outro. I think Amy's is still here, so there'll probably be some ads or something get thrown in. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time.